Hello, Internet! Yes, like a bad boy, I've come crawling back to Showdown to do some more games. So, if you don't know what I'm on about, at the end of yesterday's video, we just got over 1,700, we just, climbed a bit more, and I just was left lingering with the feeling that I'm not satisfied yet. I feel like I need to do a few more games just to feel a bit more satisfied with the team. Also, I think I was a little bit too harsh on myself because we have actually, over the 3 videos so far, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we have actually climbed more points than I thought we had. Because we started at 1650 or something, and now we're at 1710 roughly. So we have actually climbed a little bit. So let's see how it goes. I just want to do a few more games. Maybe we'll turn this into, a week of Showdown. One more video today, one more video tomorrow, and then move on to the Switch. Or I don't know. We'll see. We haven't got any proper plans. We're just rolling with it and seeing how we feel. So this is a game that I want to bring my Urshifu to. I'm going to go Butterfree, Urshifu, Calyrex, and Kyurem. I'm very definite with those. Now, you would think I'm intimidated. A close combat doesn't knock Porygon 2 out. They're going to go for a fake out into Butterfree. This is risky, but I am just going to protect and taunt because no one expects taunt on Urshifu. Now this is risky because I can always deny Trick Room by Sleep Powdering and taunting, but I don't want my Sash breaking. Okay, good. And there's a fake out and there's a taunt. So now the question is, do I get some, good damage into Incineroar with Hurricane, or do I think it might be Goggles? Do I put the Porygon 2 to sleep? It can't Trick Room already, but I could just put it to sleep to stop it from doing whatever. I think I am going to Sleep Powder the Porygon, and I'm going to Close Combat into the Incineroar just to get some damage into it. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Now, they don't know that I'm also Safety Goggles on Urshifu. Okay, Porygon 2 comes back in. Now, they're thinking, I've got a very safe Rage Powder Trick Room here. But you don't. Because, see, now this, finally, we get a game to show off what my Urshifu does, because now I can quite nicely taunt the Porygon. They don't even go for the Rage Powder. Wow, okay. But they spoiled the Urshifu instead. Okay. Okay. So now I can Sleep Powder the Porygon and just go for a Wicked Blow into the Amoonguss. Amoonguss probably swaps into Incineroar. But if it does, it's already quite low, and a close combat, even after all these intimidates. In fact, a Wicked Blow probably knocks it out from here. Yeah. There we go. We've had a game where the Urshifu has done exactly what the Urshifu was supposed to do. The downside is if that's someone who's going to be playing at Worlds, they'll be a bit more prepared now. Like, they'll think, oh, is that a Butterfree team preview? Oh, is that an Urshifu? Maybe it's that team we played on Showdown. But I'm glad that I've actually shown that off, because that is exactly what this Urshifu is supposed to do. The problem is, and I did mention this on Monday actually, that I did a couple of evenings ago. I did spend an evening playing through Showdown, and that was my first evening playing on Showdown for a long time. And I did notice quite a few different trends. There was quite a lot of Incineroar with different items. I found some Balloon Incineroars. I found a Chopper Berry Incineroar. I also found a lot more Quick Attack Zacian, which we saw in yesterday's video. A Quick Attack Zacian, I think it was yesterday's, be a pain for us. And the other thing that I found was there was a lot more Tapu Fini on teams like this. And if they had Tapu Fini over Amoonguss, for example, it would have been a lot more problematic for me to deal with. Obviously, I would still be able to taunt, but Urshifu is kind of times 4 weak to Moonblast or Dazzling Gleam, and Tapu Fini normally carries one of those attacks. So yeah, good. We've shown off Urshifu now. We've actually climbed a little bit more. You know, if we win this next game, then maybe I'll just call it here and I'll be satisfied because I will be mid 1700s. But we'll see. Matto win. This is the unfortunate thing. Like, well, it's not unfortunate. One of the things is that, like, I look at a team like this and it just looks like a team that I should know how to beat. I should have a plan, and I do have a plan, but the plan doesn't always work. Like, Butterfree, Kyurem, is that my lead? That's always my lead against these teams. But they always lead with Zacian. So maybe what would happen if I led with Butterfree and Regieleki instead? Then I'd have Kyurem in the back for Kyogre instead of Regieleki in the back. Yeah, let's try it, you know, let's try it. Let's go Butterfree, Regieleki with Kyurem and Calyrex. So there's the same lead that we've seen a million times before. Again, I'm going to Sleep Powder the Grimmsnarl, and I'm going to Wild Charge the Zacian to hopefully put it in range of something. Okay, so maybe not in Astral Barrage range. But Grimmsnarl's got a guaranteed sleep turn next turn. Light screen is a bit annoying. I think I am going to Rage Powder here and Nasty Plot. They could protect, yeah, and they do. Because, again, like in yesterday's video, you know, from their perspective, there isn't really any downside to them protecting that turn. Like, I could, let's, like, I think I know what I'm doing. Yeah, okay, it's gone through. But I was just thinking, you know, do I want to do anything else? Do I want to Dynamax Calyrex here? No, because I do want some damage on Grimmsnarl as well. But I do want to be making sure I'm actually thinking through my moves. Zacian's gone, so Kyurem in the back actually looks good now. Especially if we get rid of this Grimmsnarl. A Grassy Glide won't knock out Calyrex. So maybe I just go for a Hurricane Astral Barrage. Okay, Fake Out's fine. You're going to take a lot of damage from this Astral Barrage. Grimmsnarl does actually stay asleep again. And, alright, okay. Isn't it funny? The difference a lead makes. Like, I know, like, throughout this whole time, opponents have been leading Zacian and Grimmsnarl against me, and I've willingly been leading Kyurem into them the whole time, just because that's always been my plan. Why has that been my plan? Just because I suppose if they lead with, I mean, if they led with Zapdos, then I guess Kyurem is a bit better than Regieleki to go against it, but, you know, not really. If they lead Rillaboom, then, yeah, that's much better if I do lead with Kyurem instead of Regieleki. But they'd never lead with Rillaboom, do they? Yeah, maybe against teams like this I do want to be leading with Regieleki. Because that worked out, like, knowingly leading Kyurem into Zacian every game and losing it turn 1, it's not the best plan, is it? So maybe we've learnt a lesson. Maybe we actually should be leading Regieleki against teams like this. I know there was a reason why I haven't been, though. I don't know, maybe am I worried about getting intimidated by Incineroar and then having Regieleki's, you know, usefulness diminished that way? I'm not sure. We actually haven't come across any Yveltal in any of these games either, have we? But, well, you know, I kind of know what I'm doing against Yveltal teams. I should know what I'm doing against these teams, because these are the really common teams. So, yeah, maybe this is the lesson. Maybe, alright, maybe that's it then. Although, I don't want to just end the video here, do I? 10 minutes, just because we've Let's do some more games. Let's do some more games. Okay, so another similar team. This guy's got a Whimsicott though. But Regieleki again looks like a decent lead into this. And maybe I don't want to lose my Kyurem turn 1. So let's go, let's do it. Yeah, let's go with these 4 again. Just a different way around. And there's the Zacian, and there's the Whimsicott. So no Grimmsnarl, but another Prankster Zacian lead. I don't really want a Dynamax here. And I feel like I have to Tailwind, because if I don't Tailwind and they knock out my Whimsicott, then I can't Tailwind in the future, obviously. If I Wild Charge, and I do put myself in Behemoth Blade range as well. If I Electro Web, then I could potentially come in with Kyurem and Dynamax it, but no, I'm just going to try and get some damage, alright, into the Zacian. Light Screen. Okay. Okay. So I can Encore now and bring Kyurem in, potentially, but I think their Rillaboom's probably going to U-turn. Their Whimsicott could have Mental Herb as well. I could just Dynamax and Airstream. In fact, that doesn't look like a bad plan. Let's do it. Because getting damage on Rillaboom is good as well. Okay, no Mental Herb. Critical hit is a bit unfortunate, but if we don't critical hit the next one, we should survive it. I mean, we could potentially Encore the Rillaboom to maybe get a random target, but we're not going to do that. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, no critical hit is good. Electric Terrain means we are threatening good damage into the Zacian now. As long as I knock out their Zacian, they can't knock out my Whimsicott, because they'll want to knock out my Whimsicott this turn so that they can Tailwind next turn and they won't have to deal with my thing. But Electric Terrain's up. I've got another turn of Dynamax. There's no Intimidate. Oh, actually, they could have Incineroar on the back, but it's probably Kyogre. So I'm not sure on this calculation, but I'm going to try the Helping Hand Max Lightning in Terrain on their Zacian. Again, they might protect it. Yeah, that's fine. But if they do protect it, they're not knocking out my Whimsicott, which is fine by me. So now all Tailwinds are over. If it is Kyogre in the back, I'm going to keep my Kyurem in the back, so I'm going to bring my Regieleki here. They have still got their Dynamax, though. That is what I need to remember. I can Encore the Zacian as well. Or I could Encore the Whimsicott. I think if I Encore the Zacian and Nasty Plot, that keeps me somewhat safe-ish. Unless this is Scarf Kyogre. Well, they're just Moonblasting. Okay. Okay. Zacian is in Earth Power range as long as they don't have Light Screen up. But I think they're going to get the Light Screen up now. But like, I have to Tailwind just in case they Tailwind, don't I? I could protect Calyrex here, because I'm probably going to lose it, aren't I? Oh, I don't know. Let's just Astral Barrage. Yeah, there's a Dynamax. Okay, they're Tailwinded too. So yeah, I'm losing my Calyrex here, unfortunately. Yeah, this isn't good. This isn't good. Because I need to lock myself into Earth Power now. So I'm fishing for a special attack drops. Don't get it. Right, well, all I have to do is click Earth Power now. I'm not sure I'll win. Oh, well, maybe I do. If I survive this next attack. Oh, well, yeah, the critical hit didn't matter. That was their last turn of Dynamax. Yeah, they can't do anything to cure him after that, so I just win, don't I? Ha! Alright, okay. Well, maybe we've actually figured this matchup out a little bit. Maybe actually leading with Regieleki is the way to go, because I'm not instantly losing my Kyurem turn 1. Like, they don't have any electric resists on their team apart from Rillaboom, and Rillaboom A doesn't want me changing its terrain really, and B, I've got Airstream for it as well. Just wondering if I'd Helping Handed Airstreamed here. It would have knocked it out, would have still taken that Grassy Glide, but they would have got their Tailwind as well. But would that have really mattered? Did I really need to deny them their Tailwind that much? Don't think so. But, yeah, terrain gone, terrain up for me. Whimsicott comes in. So yeah, I thought they might protect there, but I also thought maybe they would try and knock out the Whimsicott, my Whimsicott, so that they could have Tailwind priority in the future. So that play just sort of covered that. Yeah, again, so this turn, I think... This turn, there was a lot of things that could have happened on this turn. I made the safe move by going for Encore for the protecting Zacian, but I've shown Encore, they know I've got it. They have to swap the Zacian out, don't they? So I could have maybe tried to be a bit bold and call that, but you know, the opportunity cost of that is potentially losing the game. The nasty plot was, I guess, halfway there. The Moonblast wasn't that consequential. So the only thing I would have done, yeah, I think Encore was safe, because the only other thing I would have done is, what, like, Moonblast their Whimsicott, which didn't actually have the Sash anyway. I could have Moonblasted the Kyogre coming in, perhaps. Yeah, and I was close to Tailwinding, I was close to protecting Calyrex this turn as well. Because obviously they're going to Dynamax the Kyogre here. And target my Calyrex. But I thought they have to... Well, actually I thought they would Light Screen this turn, because they don't get a lot out of Tailwind, unless I don't Tailwind. So I'm Tailwinding here. I thought they'd Light Screen, but yeah, because I thought they had to either match Tailwind or get Light Screened up this turn, this was my opportunity to get rid of the Whimsicott. Because I didn't really want it to have the potential to Cotton Spore and do all the... Well, I suppose it's probably not got Cotton Spore, has it, this one? In the future. I don't know. Would protecting Calyrex have been better there or not? Tailwind, they would have done it into my... The Max Guys are into my Protect, but they would have still had their Whimsicott around. Next turn, I would have Encored their Whimsicott. Well, tried to Encore it. We didn't see any item on it, did we? So it could have been Mental Herb still. Hang on. It wasn't Mental Herb, was it? Yeah, maybe it would have been better then to just protect the Calyrex this turn. Because if they do, like if they are forced to Tailwind or Light Screen like I was thinking, and I was assuming that they are going to attack into my Calyrex as they did, then I've always got the pressure to Encore the Whimsicott next turn, and the only thing they can do about that is maybe they had Helping Hand. The only thing they can do about that is either Helping Hand or swap into Zacian, and Zacian doesn't want to come in on an Astral Barrage at this point. But as it turned out, I didn't protect. Got some good damage into Kyogre that way. Yeah, I think I probably should have protected Calyrex that turn. I did give Kyurem a little bit much to do here. If they'd protected Zacian here as well, that would have potentially maybe lost me the game. But again, I hadn't shown my Choice Scarf at this point. So Earth Power knocks it out. Hailstorm knocks out the Whimsicott. And yeah, we're actually looking at right now, aren't we? Yeah, win the game. Okay. Well, let's leave it at that then. I'm quite satisfied with that. So alright, we've only been going, what, 21 minutes, but one thing with Pokemon Showdown is knowing when to stop. And I think now is the right time to stop. I'm not going to play any more games on Showdown now. Before Worlds. I think. Yeah, that's my pledge to myself. I'm not going to play any more games on Showdown until after Worlds. Because we have actually climbed a bit, you know. Like, and this is the thing, like, this is like, because I'm thinking, oh, I've won the last few games now, like, actually, maybe I could push for 1,800. I probably, if I spent the whole day on here, maybe I could get to 1,800. But at the same time, I think I've been somewhat successfully laddering because I've actually been putting a lot of thought into my moves, which is what I was not doing 2 nights ago when I had a pretty terrible night on here. So it is good. I mean, that is positive. It does go to show that if I actually do think about my moves, I have got a better chance of winning, which, you know, you'd hope. But yeah, my I guess goal on Monday's video was mid 1700s, and well, we're between mid and high 1700s now, so that'll do. If I really pushed it, I probably could ladder a bit more, but I'm not going to, because knowing when to stop is important. If I carried on now and lost some games, then it would be a perpetually, it just roll out of control. I'd want to play some more games to get back up to where I was, and maybe that wouldn't go too well, and all the rest of it. And feeling confident is a big part of going into these Pokemon tournaments as well, because you want to feel like you can do well. You want to feel like you've got the potential to do well. So I've won these last few games. I can go into Worlds thinking, oh, actually, I wasn't that far off 1800 on Showdown. I don't know. Like, from these 4 Showdown videos that you've seen, this doesn't look like a Worlds winning team, I don't think. But does it have the potential to be? Maybe. If I make every move right of every game, yeah, it does. But that's obviously a very difficult thing to do. So, yeah, let's end it here then. So this has been Pokemon Showdown, Worlds 2022 preparation. From tomorrow, we will go onto the Switch, and that's going to be a whole different experience for me on there, because aside from, like whatever I streamed last year and the, couple of Players' Cups that I entered, I have really played very, very, very few games on the Switch properly competitively. So that's the next hurdle. Whew. Well, positive way to finish this, isn't it? I'm quite happy with that. I'm quite happy with that. So thank you very much for watching this, guys. I hope you've enjoyed my journey. I hope it is interesting for you to see, like, this is what, a world competitor, me, like, does as preparation, like, to go through. And I know, like, Joe, like, tweeted out a few days ago that, don't use Pokemon Showdown as your world's practice, and all the rest of it, blah, blah, blah. Like, I disagree. Like, I think the people that are at the top of the ladder on Showdown are the people that could easily be in the top cut of the World Championships as well. The only problem with Showdown, which is much the same as on Battlespot as well, actually, is that it's no best of 3 practice. But I think the quality of people on here is just as good as like the top 500 or whatever on Battlespot. But anyway, let's end this. So thanks very much for joining. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope it's been interesting for you. Tomorrow we will be on the Switch, so I'll see you then. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be different. Goodbye for now.